Hello, sixth graders. We're back for math lesson 117. We are finding a whole when only a fraction is known. And we are using our little boxes again, right? Our little diagrams where we divide them by the number of our denominator, right? And then we figure out how many would go in each box to evenly divide something. Okay, we learned how to do that to figure out how many fit in a part, but now we want to learn how many are in the entire thing when we only have part of the information. And it's really easy, okay? Page 612. Consider the following fractional parts problem. 2/5 of the students in the class are boys. If there are 10 boys in the class, how many students are in the class? And we draw our diagram. So we're going by fifths. I need a marker. Here we go. So we'll draw a box that's divided into fifths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a pretty good drawing, isn't it? All right. So we'll draw our diagram. 2/5 are boys. Okay. So these will be boys. Down here we have girls. And we know that there are 10 boys. We need to fit the 10 boys into 2 boxes. So we'll take 10 and divide it by 2. We know 5 boys will go in each box. And that means 5 goes in each of the boxes, right? So if we take 5 and we multiply it by 5 boxes, we know that total there are 25 students in the class, okay? We can also figure out, how many girls there are. 5 times 3 is 15, 25 total students. This is really easy, guys, okay? I wasn't kidding when I said that. Let's look at example 1. Okay. Example 1 says that 3/8 of the townspeople voted. If 120 of the townspeople voted, how many people live in the town? Okay, so we know our fraction is 3/8 voted, and we know 120 voted. So we will make our diagram. How many pieces will it have? It will have 8. Let's try this. Let's try to get them even. Mrs. Aguilar works very hard at doing this. Does not succeed very often. That's pretty good too. Okay, so we'll divide it up. We know that 3 out of the 8 parts voted. So here's our voted. Here's our didn't vote. Okay, and we know 120 voted. That's our number. So we will divide 120 evenly between these 3 boxes. So we need to divide 120 by 3. Divided by 3. Right? So 120 divided by 3 will fit evenly into these boxes by putting 40 in each box. That means 40 goes in every box, right? Because this is 3/8. Each box will have 40. So we can figure out how many people didn't vote, and we can figure out how many total people there are. Let's do that, just for fun. Okay, so we know that 120 voted, so we have 40 times the number who didn't vote. So that's 3/8 did, that means 5/8 didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll multiply 40 by 5. and we get 200. So we know our answer here is that 200 people did vote. Yay! No, didn't vote. Boo. Come on, townspeople, right? But maybe most of those were kids? We hope so. Let's add these together to figure out how many townspeople we have total. 120 plus 200 is 320. We could also multiply. So we know we have eighths, so we have 8 pieces with 40 in each. 8 times 40 is 32, 320. We have 320 townspeople total. That was kind of easy, wasn't it? We'll do example 2 as well. It says 6 is 2/3 of what number? Okay. 6 is 2/3 of some number. And actually, we're going to learn how to do this algebraically in a couple of lessons. I can't wait. Okay. So we have thirds we're dividing it into. This 6. So how many will go into each box? We're going to divide 6 evenly by 2, we get 3. So 3 will go into each box. We can see 6 is 2/3 of what number? What is our total? 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9. Okay, so 6 is 2/3 of 9. That's the same as saying 6 equals 2/3 times 9, right? 6 is 2/3 of 9. I'm planting a seed, okay? You don't have to understand it yet. Maybe you do, I hope you do. But if you don't, no worries, we'll get to it in lesson 119. Okay, let's look at the practice set. I want you to work the practice set on your own, okay, and then come back and check your answers. So, of course you know to pause me when you need to pause me. You know that. You're smart. It's common sense. Problem A says solve. Draw diagrams for problems A through C. So we will draw diagrams to solve. 8 is 1/5 of what number? So that's like saying 8 equals 1/5 of X. We'll call it Y. 1/5 times Y. Okay. So we're dividing our box into number in the denominator, 5. And 1/5 is 8. So we can just plug it right into the box, right? So each of our pieces will have 8. And we can solve by saying 8 times 5 is 40. Okay, so 8 is 1/5 of 40. If we multiplied 40 by 1/5, we would come up with 8. Let's look at B. B says 8 is 2/5 of what number? So 8 equals what number? Y times 2/5. Okay, so we've divided our box into 5 again. But this time, 2 of the boxes together equal 8. So 8 needs to fit evenly into these 2 boxes. 8 divided by 2 is 4. We'll put 4 in each box. And that means 4 goes in every box. We'll find our total, what our y is, right? 8 is 2/5 of what number? By multiplying what's in one box, 4, times the number of boxes, 5, which is equal to 20. So if we took 2/5 and we multiplied it by 20, we would get 8. Let's try that, right? Let's see if that's our answer. 2/5 times 20 over 1 is equal to, we should get 8. Let's cancel. Does 5 go into 20 evenly? Yes, it does, so we can reduce. It goes in 4 times. We have 1s on the bottom. 2 times 4 is 8. Yay, we came up with the correct answer. Yes! So excited. All right, let's look at C. I feel like we're doing 8 again. No, we're doing 9. 9 is 3/4 of what number? So 9 is 3/4 of what number? We need a ratio box, right? We're still, or not a ratio box. We need a diagram. We're still drawing pictures in this lesson. We have 4 boxes in our large box. Boy, my boxes are getting awful. It's okay. Not graded for artistic talent. So 3 of these boxes equal 9. That means 9 needs to fit into the 3 boxes evenly. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. And we put 3 in each box. So what's our total number? 3 times 4 is 12. So 3/4 of 12 equals 9. Let's try it out. Do you think it's going to work? Let's find out. So we're going to do our multiplication problem. 3/4 times y, which we came up with, 12 over 1. We should come up with 9 as our answer. Let's reduce. Since we're multiplying, we can reduce numerator and denominator. 4 goes into 4 one time. Cat's on the counter. 4 goes into 12 3 times. Hang on, guys. Oh, you naughty, naughty cat. Guys, this is highly entertaining. You do not get this kind of entertainment at school. Suffice it to say, the cat is eating a lot of treats right now because she knocked him off the counter. Okay, she's going to be a fat cat. Before I left, we were reducing. We reduced. We have 3 over 1 times 3 over 1, which equals 3 times 3 is 9.
Where'd you go?
We came up with the correct answer. All right, let's see. So we don't need to draw diagrams for the next one. So let's see how this works out. Let's try this using math. Am I correct or did I misread that? Am I out of my mind? Nope, 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 I'm not out of my mind. Well, I mean, not about the math. Okay, here we go. 60 is 3/8 of what number? Okay, let's write it this way. We're going to translate math into, we're going to translate words into math. Oh my gosh. 60 is 3/8 of what number? Okay, taking the words out, 60 is equals 3/8 of multiply y. Okay, let's solve. Yes. 60 equals 3/8 times y. So when we're multiplying, we're going to divide, right? We're going to divide each side by 3/8. Divided by 3/8. Really, how do we do that? Well, we multiply by the reciprocal. So we'll multiply 3/8 by 8/3. Right, that cancels out. We'll also multiply 60 by 8/3. So now we have y, these canceled out, so they're gone, is equal to 8 times 60 divided by 3. Can we reduce anything before we start to do some arithmetic? Yes, we can. Let's put 3 into 60. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 3 goes into 60 20 times. All right, so now we have 8 times 20 equals y. What is 8 times 20? 160. Okay, now we have e. E says 3/5 of the students in the class were girls. If there were 18 girls in the class, how many students were in the class together? Okay. So we have to translate this word problem into a mathematical problem. Remember, 3/5 of some number is equal to 18, right? 3/5 of some number is 18. Of is multiplication. So let's figure out what that number is. Let's do our problem. We need to isolate our variable, get it on one side of the equal sign. So we do that by dividing by 3/5 on each side. I'm going to do this one more time to show you and remind you, when we divide by a fraction, we're actually multiplying by the reciprocal of that fraction. So we'll multiply both sides by 5/3. This side, it's canceled. We have 5/3 times 3/5 times y is equal to, we can cancel this out and make it 1. So we have y is equal to 18 over 1 times 5/3. Before we do any multiplication or division, can we reduce? Yes, we can. Let's reduce 3 by 3 and 18 by 3. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So we end up with 6 times 5 over 1 times 1, which is just 6 times 5. So now we know y is equal to 30. So we have 30 total kids in the class. Yay, we made it through. Guys, we have one more lesson where we're going to talk about this in a little more detail, especially getting to the algebraic expression of it as opposed to our diagrams. Okay, let's see what we have in this lesson to practice. When you have something like 6 is 2/5 of what number? Number 12. You may draw a diagram still in this lesson. Okay, that's fine with me. If you want to draw a diagram and then try it algebraically to solve and see if you came up with the right answer, go for it, okay? Other than that, if you have any questions, please let me know and I will be happy to answer them for you. All right, good luck.